Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. In today's video, we will learn how you can take a continuation setups based on the lower time frames, alright, from the 30-minute and the 15-minute levels, alright. In the past video, we learned how you can take continuation setups based on the 4-hour time frame and the 1-hour time frame, alright. For example, we learned that if the 4-hour level, right, aligning with the 1-hour V shape, right, or the 1-hour A shape, right, and lastly the 1-hour gaps, we can take our trades, right, by the 5-minute EMA confirmation if the 4-hour time frame aligning with the 1-hour time frame. Right, and for the 1-hour levels, also we said we can take our trades if the 1-hour level aligning with the V and the A shape level of the 30-minute and 15-minute time frame. Right, it's by this simple. That means we can take our trades directly from the 4-hour and the 1-hour levels with the confirmations if it had the rules, right? If it had the rules. But we cannot take our continuation trades from the 15-minute and the 13-minute directly with the confirmations, even if it's give us the rules like this. Right, for that, for taking our trades from the 13-minute and the 15-minute levels, we need to use the mini classic storyline. All right, the mini classic storylines. All right, I will show you why you should use the mini classic storylines for your entries based on the lower time frames. All right, we use the 5-minute and the 1-minute only for the confirmations. All right, let's get started. Let's repeat the weekly and the daily storyline in order to get a better understanding for the mini classic storyline. All right, so for the weekly classic storylines, right, we said we need our fresh weekly level and then the 4-hour bullish breakout for the bullish weekly classic storyline. All right, for the daily storyline, we need a fresh daily level and then the 1-hour bullish breakout for the bullish daily classic storyline. All right, it's very, very simple. And we divided our weekly and daily direction to 3 parts, right? The first part, we call it the starting of the weekly classic storyline. The second part, it's the middle of the weekly classic storyline, all right? And the third part, it's the ending of the weekly classic storyline, all right? Very, very simple. And for the daily, it's the same. The first part, we call it the starting of the weekly bullish classic storyline, right? The second part, it's the middle of the bullish daily classic storyline. And lastly, the last part or the third part, we call it the ending of the daily bullish classic storyline, right? Very, very simple. And we said also the weekly storyline started by a 4-hour KM, right? And the daily storyline started with what? With a 1-hour KM, right? Very, very simple, right? Now let's see how the mini storylines started, right? For the mini classic storylines, right? For me, I prefer to use only the 4-hour and the 1-hour mini classic storylines, all right, for a better results and for a high win rate setups. All right, I will show you how to use these mini classic storylines for a beautiful setups, all right, with a high win rate setups. You can stick only with these two types or these continuation setups of today's video with the setups of the first part from the storylines, all right, the weekly and the daily storylines, all right. Now, for the 4-hour mini classic storyline, right, we need first a fresh 4-hour level, right? A fresh 4-hour level or a 4-hour level that have a CC, right? We learned what is the CC. So for the mini classic 4-hour storyline, we need a fresh level, right? And for the breakouts, we need to see 1-hour breakout or 15-minute breakout or 13-minute breakout. That's mean we need to see for the 4-hour bullish mini classic storyline a bullish 1-hour KM or a bullish 15-minute KM, and lastly a bullish 13-minute KM. Right, very simple. For the 1-hour mini classic storyline, we need to see, right, first we need to have a 1-hour fresh level, right? Very simple. And second thing, we need to see a 15-minute bullish breakout or a 30-minute bullish breakout for the bullish 1-hour mini classic storyline, all right? Or that's mean also we need to see a 15-minute bullish KM or a 13-minute bullish KM, all right? Very simple. And for me, all right, I love to use the 4-hour fresh level, right? Or in the 4-hour mini classic storyline, right? I prefer to use it with the 15-minute breakouts, right? With the 15-minute breakouts. And the 1-hour also with the 15-minute breakouts, all right? Why? Because the 15-minute breakouts gives you a high rate trades, right? And you can take scalping trades based on it, right? And it also gives you a clear breakouts, right? We will see some examples later, right? So let me repeat another thing, right? Before that, the many classic storylines, right, also have a 3 parts, right? The 1-hour mini classic storyline also have a 3 parts, right? The same thing that we applied on the weekly or on the daily classic storylines, right? We can apply it on the 4-hour or the 1-hour mini classic storylines, all right? So the 4-hour and the 1-hour mini classic storylines also have a 3 parts, all right? The starting of the mini classic storyline, the middle of the mini classic storylines, and lastly, the ending of the mini classic storylines, all right? For the weekly, right? For the weekly, let's take the weekly. For the weekly classic storyline, right? We said for the first part from it, there is a special setups. We call it the KM's setups, right? The KM's setups. So inside the first part from the weekly classic storylines, we will use the KM's setups, all right? Inside the last 2 parts of the weekly classic storylines, right? The same thing for the daily. For the last 2 parts of the weekly classic storylines, we will take a continuation setups, right, that we have learned in the past videos, right, only based only on the 4-hour and the 1-hour levels with its rules, right? The same with the daily, but for the mini classic storylines, right, we don't need the last 2 parts from it, right? For the mini classic storylines, we don't need the last 2 parts from it. All our focus is on the first part from it, all right? It's always on the first part from it. So for the first part of the weekly storyline or the daily storylines, all right, the key setups that we have learned, right, we can apply it on what? On the first part, also from the 4 hour and the 1 hour mini classic storylines, right? Very, very simple. I need you to focus with me, right? So for the 4 hour KM, right, the levels that on it, the RBS or the left shoulder or the apex, right, it's the same that we will find on our bullish, right, on our KMs on the 30-minute or the 15-minute or the 1 hour for our bullish mini classic storylines. Right? Very, very simple. The levels that on the 4 hour KM or the 1 hour KM that started the weekly and the daily storylines, right? The same levels. We will find it on the KMs, right? On the KMs that started the 4 hour mini classic storyline and the 1 hour mini classic storyline, right? I hope you are with me so far, right? So let me repeat another thing again, right? For the first part, from the weekly and daily storylines, right, the KM setups, all the types of the KM setups that we will find it on the first part, right, it's the same for the mini classic storylines, all right? So for the weekly storylines, right? The setups that we have to take from the first part, it's based on the 4 hour levels, right? Because the KM is on the 4 hour level. The setups or the KM setups that we will take from the first part of the daily storylines, right? It's based on the 1 hour levels. Why? Because the KM it's on the 1 hour level, right? Very simple. So for the setups that we will take from the 1 hour classic mini storyline, all right, it's based on what? Based on the 15-minute levels or the 13-minute levels. All right, this is the difference. And for the 4 hour mini classic storylines, the setups that we have to take, it's based on what? Based on the 30-minute levels for the 30-minute KM, or the 15-minute levels for the 15-minute KM, or lastly, from the 1 hour levels for the 1 hour KM. All right, and for me, I love to use the 4 hour level with the 15-minute KM. The same with the 1 hour. The 1 hour level with the 15-minute KM. All right, so you can say that what is the difference between the 4 hour and the 1 hour mini classic storyline? All right, the difference is it's for the numbers of the setups. If you use the 1 hour mini classic storylines, that's mean you will take a lot of setups, right? You will take a lot of setups because there will be a lot of 1 hour levels. For the 4 hour level, that's mean less setups, right? But a high quality or a highly rate setups, right? That is the difference between them. All right, this is the difference between them. Now, for the setups from the first part of the classic mini storylines, all right, for the confirmation, we will use the 5-minute EMA confirmation, right? The 5-minute EMA confirmation. Now, this was the theory part. Let's get directly into the examples, right? Let's see some examples. I hope I explained the theory part very well, right? I tried to make it simple, right? I do my best to make it very simple for you, right? Now, as we know, right? As we know, there was what? A daily storyline right here. Let me draw it, right? There was what? A daily advanced storyline right here. All right. And this is the 1 hour bullish breakout for the bullish daily advanced storyline. Right. So this was the first part from the daily bullish advanced storyline. Now let's focus on the continuation setups that we can take based on the 30-minute and the 15-minute levels, right, using the mini classic storylines. Now the price is inside the last two parts from the daily bullish advanced storyline, right? Let's switch to the 4 hour time frame. All right. Now let's take this level, right? Where is this? This is a 4 hour level reject 4 hour, right? Let's replay the chart. This is a 4 hour level reject 4 hour, right? This is the CC count, so this is the level that we want, right? 4 hour reject 4 hour. Let's switch to the 15-minute time frame for the breakout, right? For the breakout. Just there is one thing I didn't explain it, right? Let me come back to the to the examples, all right? For the normal, right, for the classic storylines, for the weekly and the daily, we said the breakout must be external, right? The breakout must be external, right? But for the many classic storylines, right, we can take, for example, this is the 4 hour reject 4 hour. The touch was right here, right? The touch was right here. So this is the last, this is the A shape that created after the touch, right? If the price breaks this A shape level, it's valid, right? It's an internal breakout, but it's valid for our trades, right? It's valid for our setup. We can take the internal breakouts for the mini classic storylines, all right? And let me explain this also, all right? So if you had an internal breakout, right, and after the price comes back, pulls back right here, let's say this was your first entry, right? This was your first entry. After that, we had another external breakout, right? We had another external breakout right here. Let's say the price pulls back, right? The price pulls back right here. You can take another trades based on the external breakout. So the first trade, it's based on the internal breakout, and the second trade, it's based on the external breakout, right? Two trades, right? Two beautiful trades from the same key, right? Two beautiful trades from the same key, and the same with the 1 hour mini classic storylines. Now let's back to our example, right? So this is the 4 hour reject 4 hour right here. Let's switch to the 15-minute time frame, right? This is the 15-minute time frame right here, all right? So this is the touch, all right? This was the touch, and this is the internal breakout, right? This is the internal breakout right here, right? After the price breaks our internal A-shape level, the price didn't give us the confirmation right here, right? This is the confirmation using the 5-minute key, right? We didn't have any confirmation right here, right? We didn't have any confirmation right here, right? So let's come back to the 15-minute time frame. Which type of key and setups this setup is, right? Look closely right here. So this was the breakout, right? This was the breakout, and the apex failed, right? This apex failed, or this 15-minute KMs failed, right? So what do we have to do? We just need to apply the reversal setup, right? This is our reversal setup, right? The KM reversal setup that we have learned. Very, very simple, right? Now let's check the 15-minute the 5 minute time frame, the price breaks our EMA right here, right? So this will be our first trade, right? This will be our first trade. You can also take your trades from by a limit order right here, right? But let's say you use the confirmation. Your stop loss is 13 pips stop loss, right? 13 pips stop loss and 1, 2, 3 arrow, right? As always, take 1, 2, 3 arrow. Now let's come back to the 15 minute, right? Let's play the chart. All right, now what do you have right here? You get your first trade, you hit the TP, right? Beautiful trade. Now this is the external breakout, right? This was the touch, right here was the internal breakout, and right here was the external breakout, right? Now, after the breakout, the price pulls backward to this left shoulder, right? This will be the left shoulder, not this. This left shoulder for the internal breakout, and this will be the left shoulder for the external breakout, right? Now, let's put the touch. Let's check for our 5 minute confirmation. Right, the price gave us the confirmation right here. The 5 minute confirmation was right here, so you have to enter directly after this candle closed. Right, very simple. Look how is this setup. It's very simple. Now let's continue. There is a lot of setups right here. What is this? 4 hour reject 4 hour, right? Let's put our vertical line, check in the 15 minute for the breakout. Right, this was the touch, didn't touch it yet, right? Let's see, let's wait. All right, this is the bullish 15-minute breakout, right? Now, this is the bullish 15-minute breakout. The price pulls backward to this left shoulder, right? The price pulls back to this left shoulder. Very simple. Now, let's look for our 5-minute confirmation using the EMA. Right, the touch was right here, and this is the breakout of the key. Enter directly after this candle closed. Boom, you get your TP. Very simple, very fast. Right, very beautiful setups. Right, let's play the chart. What is this? This is also, right, this is also the 4 hour reject 4 hour, 4 hour reject 4 hour, right? 4 hour reject 4 hour. This is the breakout, right? This is the breakout right here. The price pulls back to this RBS, right? The price pulls back to this RBS. You can take this setup as an RBS entry or a failed bullish KM setup, right? A failed bullish KM setup, right? Failed bullish KM setup. This failed, price pulls back to the left shoulder, right here. With the confirmation, boom, take your entry, right? The same setups of the weekly and the daily storylines, you can apply it on the mini storyline, right? So right here, the price pulls back right here, right? Yes, this is another thing that you have to learn, right? For example, for the EMA, or let's play this, right? For the EMA, we said we need to take our trades after the EMA breaks, right? After the EMA breaks, like this. But what do we need to do? What we have to do if the EMA already works like support, right? If the EMA looks like this already, right? If the EMA looks like this already, just you need to wait until the price reject from EMA and closed above for the first 5 minute candle, right? It must be, if the price breaks under the EMA, just the setup will be failed, right? Don't enter. But if the price rejected to your EMA and closed above, boom, enter directly after the candle rejected from the EMA, right? Very, very simple, right? Let's apply it right here. So this is the candle that rejected to our EMA and closed above. So this will be our entry, right? From this candle that rejected from our EMA, right? Very, very simple. Let's look for another example. All right, where is this? This is a 4-hour reject 4-hour, right? As you can see, I am taking any 4-hour reject 4-hour for our setups, right? So 4-hour reject 4-hour. Let's replay this. All right, 4-hour reject 4-hour. Let's check the 15-minute time frame, right? On the 15-minute time frame, the touch was right here, right? And this is the bullish breakout, right? This is the bullish breakout. The price pulls back to the apex of the 15 minute, right? Of the 15 minute. Now, let's look for our 5-minute confirmation. The price gives you the 5-minute confirmation right here after this candle closed above our EMA. Boom, very simple. Take the action, take your entry directly from here after this candle closed. Right? Did you see how these setups have a high rate? Right? Very, very beautiful setups. Very, very beautiful setups you will take using these things. Right? Now let's see another week, another day, another 4-hour reject 4-hour. Right? Where is this? 4-hour reject 4-hour. Right? 4-hour reject 4-hour. Let's put our line looking for the breakouts, right? So this is the bullish breakout for our mini classic storyline, right? The price pulls back to this left shoulder, right? This is the left shoulder dot. The price pulls back to it, right? So let's put our vertical line right here. Let's play the chart right here and looking for the 5-minute EMA confirmation, right? So this is the 5-minute EMA confirmation, all right? This candle is the 5-minute EMA confirmation, all right? So our entry is right here, right? This is our entry after this candle closed, all right? Let's play it. All right, boom, we get our stop loss and it's all okay, right? The losses, it's apart from the trading, right? As you know. Let's see, let's look in for, all right, where is this? This is another daily, right? Daily, 4-hour reject 4-hour, right? Let's put our vertical line, check in the 15-minute key, right? And as you can see, there is no internal breakout, right? If the price did like this and breaks this, we can call it an internal breakout, right? The internal breakout, it's breaking the A shape after the touch, all right? Not take this as an internal breakout, not this is the internal breakout, right? So let's wait. This is the breakout, right? This is the 15-minute breakout, right? Now the price pulls back. This is the breakout. The price pulls back to this left shoulder, right? To this left shoulder was right here. Let's check in for the EMA confirmation, right? As we said, the EMA, right? The EMA, the price, it's on the 5-minute, it's already above our EMA, right? So this is the candle that rejected from our level right above the EMA. So this will be our entry, right? This will be our entry, right? You can take this and or you can take this, right? So this is our entry after this candle didn't closed under our 5-minute EMA, right? Very, very simple. Let's look for another 4-hour reject 4-hour. All right, or all right, we are right here. There is no 4-hour reject 4-hour right here. All right, 4-hour reject 4-hour right here. let's put our line checking the 15-minute time frame, right? The rejection was right here, right? So this is the bullish 15-minute breakout. Which type of KM setups this is, all right? You can take it as an RBS, right? As an RBS setup, right, from this by the 5-minute confirmation, or from the failed bullish KM, right? The failed bullish KM like this. So your entry will be from the broken left shoulder by using the confirmation, right? So this is our entry, right, from the break from the failed KM. All right, so this will be our entry. All right, let's check the 5-minute confirmation. Very simple. All right, so this is the confirmation. All right, the price breaks above our EMA. Right, so this will be our entry right here. Right, very simple. All right, let's look for another for our mini classic storyline. There is no right here. All right. All right, where is this? This is a 4-hour reject 4-hour, right? A 4-hour reject 4-hour, right? Let's put our vertical line check in the 15-minute key, right? Very simple like this. The price touches right here, right? Where is the bullish breakout? This is the bullish breakout right here. This is the 4-hour, this is the 15-minute bullish breakout, right? And the price, this is the candle who gives us the breakout. This didn't give us the breakout, right? So the price keeps continued up until it pulls back. Where it pulls back to our failed KM setup. Right? You can take this as a failed KM setup, right? Or you can take it from this RBS level, right? All the levels it's valid, right? So this will be our entry. Let's check the 5-minute confirmation, right? The 5-minute confirmation, it's already above our AMA, right? It's above our AMA right here. And the price didn't close under our AMA, right? Very simple. So your entry simply it will goes from this, right? After this candle didn't break under our AMA, your entry will be right here. Right, backtest this setup and you will see some magic, right? Where is this? This is the last 4-hour reject 4-hour before the price reaches the next fresh weekly level right here. Let's look. All right, there is the last setup right here. It was right here. The touch was right here, right? This is the touch, and we had our bullish breakout right here. This is the bullish breakout, right? Our entry was from this RBS level, price breaks and goes down, goes again to our RBS level, right? Let's check the 5-minute confirmation. The price it's already above our EMA, right above our EMA and rejected from it. Boom, this will be our entry, right? Our TP it's until the next fresh weekly level. I don't know where is the next, right? The next fresh weekly level, I think it's right here, right before the price goes down, right? Right here was the bearish breakout. So your TP it's until the next fresh weekly level, it will just look like 1 to 5 error or 1 to 2 error. All right, this was only for the 4-hour mini storylines, right? Look how many trades you was be able to take using only the mini classic 4-hour storylines. If you use the 1-hour mini classic storylines, that's mean more trades, all right? That's mean a lot of trades, all right? And After you take your 1 2 3 RR, you can take a partials, all right, like taking some profit and hold all your trades until the next fresh levels, right? This is on you. All right, do whatever suits you, but it's better if you use 1 2 3 RR, right? It's more better, all right? So for me, I just gives you the 4-hour mini classic storylines, all right? I need you to backtest it, all right? With more examples using the 4-hour mini storylines, all right? And the 1-hour mini classic storylines, right? Using only these two things. All right, I hope you understand today's video. All right, in the next video we will learn another things, all right, like the mini classic storylines on the 30-minute and the 15-minute time frames. But for me, I don't like it, all right? The price just will look missing, but I will teach it to you, all right? And for the RR, it's just small, right? 1 to 1 or 1 to 1.5. The maximum it's 1 to 2 RR, right? And there is also another setups using the SNR numeric levels, right? With the trend lines and the advanced mini storylines, all right? So I hope you understand today's video. I think I explained with a simple way. All right. I need you also, as I said, to backtest these setups and front test it in your demo account. Right. So take care, guys. See you in the next video.